Alright, hello everyone. So today's the 13th of May. I've already posted the Astrals for today and the swing days on Sunday. So you should be okay with that. Let's take a look at what we've got. Now, this is, let's put this down. Okay. Now this is gold. As you can see, we've got a sideways market happening here. Let me tighten this up a little bit here. Okay, this is on the daily, right? So on the pullbacks, we want to go up into that direction. It's a way to kind of like get back into the move. Now today the market should come back today, tomorrow maybe, because the swing days for gold is Monday and Friday. So I'm hoping Monday, like will come down. Okay, that's what I'm hoping for. If we come down, that would be great. We want to be buying at either the weekly pivot or down here, but this is my preference, 2,331 to 30. One last option is 2,321, but if we're going to go up, we shouldn't go lower than 2,320. All right, why? Because that was a resistance. So if we kind of like retest that zone and then kind of go up, I don't mind doing so. Now on the weekly, as you can see, we've got that level 66, which is actually 2,330, so I don't mind doing it. That 2,321 is on the price, but and where we want to get to is the LCL one, 2,431. 71 is out there as well, which is that 77. So I'm going to put that 2,471 in there, but that's a bit far out, as you can see. For us to get there, it'll be a bit of a challenge. The reason I say so is because this is a resistance zone where the market did the high. Okay, you can see there. Okay, so retesting that zone is what the market might want to do. As you can see, any pullback I think is okay to kind of go back up, and this zone here is 5250, which is 2,331. 2,324 is on the red line, which is also valid. So 2,321 and 24 is also good. Alright, so this zone is also good. So buying the lows here, I think is okay to do so. Alright, if it does dip down. So I'm going to get rid of this Fibonacci stuff. Alright, and that's that basically. Okay, so sideways market. If we come down, we want to go back up into that zone. Let's take a look at euro dollar. With the euro dollar, as you know, this is still in downwards motion for us. We should still dip lower, is my opinion. We'll see how things pan out. Now, if we break above this 49, don't stand in front of it trying to sell it. That's 0782, because we want to go long with that otherwise. Okay, that's 1.07. Okay, 1.0782 is there. Alright, so if the market breaks above that and above the high of Friday on a pullback, you'll want to go long. Okay, so be mindful there. As you can see on the daily, let's get into the daily. The market's going up. We've got higher highs and higher lows, but on the bigger time frame, it's going down. So this is going to be a little tricky for us. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of this. I'm going to keep this because this zone is still a sell zone. The market has potential to get back up into here because of the gap there. All right, this is why I said if it breaks out, do not stand in front of it. If you want to buy now, if it comes down first, buying is okay at 51, which is 1.0748. 1.0748. So if the market comes down, buying around here is okay. On the weekly, let's take a look. Yeah, if it breaks out, don't stand in front of it. What you can also do is this. If you're using your PST, just line it into there, okay? And then you're going to have to watch it, because this is going to be a target for you, okay? So if we kind of like break out, this will come up into there, and so on. All right. But we should logically kind of like push down, break below this, and come down here. Now next week might have a major swing, so we'll see how things pan out this week. But next week we're gonna have to, like, it'll be a good level for the markets to turn. It'll be a bit choppy for a few days, but it'll give us a good swing. So it'll be something like, you know, like this, bang or bang, or even something like this. So we'll see how that pans out. So euro dollar daily, that's basically it. If it comes down, good to go long. Now if it goes up, 63 is 1.0809. So if we break above that 1.0809 is where you want to be targeting, okay? So the market's got room to come into here as well. So if it comes down, buying is a good option to push up. There's the reason this is good is because there's a bit of a gap here, which it might come to fill in. If it doesn't though, the weekly pivot is also okay to go long. Okay, so at Astro hours going up, I think is okay. If it breaks above the weekly as well, we've got room to go. That's going to be a first target into the daily. Alright, if it breaks above that too as well, so you've got room to go all the way into the 0880s. SP 500. Now remember, Friday was a swing day, so the market kind of pushed into that level right on the line and came back. On the weekly, the market's still going up, and this looks like a runner, okay? So what to do with it? Well, we can follow it long, you know. So let's get into this. I think it's still going to go up as we go into next week. Okay, so what I recommend we do is, if the market pulls back into this zone, which is going to be what, 62, 63, 5,204, 207. Yeah, 5,204, 207. Let's refresh this. So that's the 7 o'clock. So we'll probably dip down. So we'll probably dip down. If we come back down here, 5,204 to the weekly pivot as well. So if we dip down, touch this and go back up, it's good. Okay, so we can go up from here. This zone is okay to go long. As you can see, this is where the market kind of like broke out, breaks out. So if we pull back down, it's all good to go back up again, I think. 54 is 5,164, which I'm going to keep this on the cards because it's on the PST. On the weekly, yes, you know, it's just going up, so let's go with it. Monthly, yeah, let's just go with that flow. You can see we've got targets up there, 5,297. Let's just do this. Let me just ATM monthly. Let's do this. By the way, on the ATAM, if you're using your ATAM, you can change your colors and stuff, so it's all good. if you want to make any changes. So as you can see, you've got 5,297 and slightly higher 339 in there, so we can still push up on the price until there, I think. So a pullback, which is a decent pullback, like somewhere on a PST into there, it's got room to go up. 73 is 5,290. So if we want to target something, okay, 5,290 is up there. Okay, so from here going up is okay. If it breaks above the high of Friday, then a pullback is okay to go long, but that pullback can happen later in the week, okay, because we've got Monday as a swing day, and we also have the other 2 days, as you know. So the market coming into that swing day to push back up is also logical. Dow Jones. So, all right, with the Dow Jones as well, let's take a look. So we've got room to go up, as you can see, a little bit more. So that's 64, 40,277. Well, that's quite a bit up there. I'm not going to put that in just yet, because it's a bit far out. Now this is a resistance zone right here, and look, this is also on a weekly. Okay, so that target was done on the weekly. Look, this is your, now if next week, two things can happen next week. We're either gonna sell from around here this week, retest and sell off, right? Or we can break out and then sell off with a divergence. Okay, so those are the two things that we can do. The trend is really strong and it's up, so the market wants to follow that up, but you can see it's a sideways market. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this and I'm going to put this across. So next week, slightly higher sweep stops and then go down is also an option. All right, and then we could see the market pushing down a little bit more into maybe back into here. On the daily, this is the first resistance, 72, 39,640. All right, so Dow Jones also has a swing day, not today, but the indices go together, so 39,640 should be on your radar. It's going to be around there. Okay, so if we go up and then come back in, market may push down. If we go down first, then going up will be the better option. But where from is the question. Okay, now here we've got a few dramas because it's not as clear as we'd like it to be. We can now get rid of this because this is like broken out and done. Okay, so on the Dow Jones, we still got that level there, which is, as you can see, the gap. All right, so the M formation, the W formation, so we're back in here, closing that gap. 39,700. 39,700 is also something we've got to keep an eye out for, which is there. All right, so that's 8 o'clock. Now with the indices, as you know, the US hours are probably better. All right, so if you want to cherry pick, you might want to do 2:40 to 3:30 and also 5:30 to 6:30 might be the better hours for you to trade. Okay, if you're going to do the indices in the US session. Nasdaq, let's take a look. Now with the indices going up, obviously we'd like to see them come down first so we can buy to go up. This is a nice breakout, so I'm going to get rid of this now. And that target is good, so we might see the market with Nasdaq going up. Now this is a sell zone, obviously, so despite the fact that it's a breakout, we have to be a little careful, but I like the breakout. It will give us an option to push further up. So if we come back down, if we dip down, let's see this line, HCL1, 18,080, 18,080, which is just there. Okay, if the market dips down, maybe buying from this zone is not a bad idea. All right. On the weekly, yeah, we could still, if it breaks out, could still go in there. On the monthly, we got room. Right. Now this bar could just be retesting this to sell off again. Okay, this is why next week might be like a high that we can sell off from. Okay, we can kind of like bring us back for a few weeks as well. So we'll see how that pans out. But in the meantime, this is it. So market pulled back. It didn't actually get back as much as I'd like to have seen it get back, but that's basically it. So we can push higher, okay, with this breakout, and you can target that 18,468 as well. 18,468 as well. Okay, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Now when you're doing the indices, if in the New York session in the first hours of the morning the market comes back, if it comes down first, then looking to buy at Astro hours may be the better option. Now let's take a look at Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin, as you can see, is in a bit of a downwards motion, which is fine, which we don't mind. Today's Monday. Now remember, we had I think it was Thursday and Sunday we had a swing day for this. So that's your Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday. So Thursday, if you bought the low, you should have made money, okay? And then the market crashed down lower. So this is, you know, like it's looking like this downwards motion is going to carry on, which is fine with us, is what we're expecting. Coming back into HCL1, 53,372. 53,372 is a bit out there, so we won't put that in. On the weekly, we're like in that zone there, which is, we're just at that bar, which just, let me move that. So we're right there at the moment. Now last week I said this is a bit of a sandwich zone and I don't like it. So if you're going to trade, you've got to be careful because we're still in a bit of a sandwich zone here. Okay, maybe next week we'll have a better setup on this. On the daily though, it's looking like a sell. Okay, so selling these into a lower level, back into this zone, 56,850 at Astro hours doesn't look too bad. Okay, so yeah, that's the way to go on that in my opinion. If it breaks above this red line 47, which is 61,938, don't stand in front of it because you'll probably get to that 52, which is 63,100. Okay, so yeah, the main thing is we're going in a downwards trend. On the daily, that should bring us back into the 50 zones like I've been saying. So gradually, slowly, you'll probably get there. Okay, so selling the resistance levels at the Astro hours is looking like a better option.